And we're back. Welcome back to the channel, guys. I, as always, am your gracious and humble host, the Hallowed Heathen. Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. Before I get into today's video, I have to immediately apologize for the late posting. Today's video was supposed to be posted on Friday morning. I was supposed to post it on Friday, and I told you my guys last video that I'd get back to you guys on Friday, right? But in all actuality, I had an idea, a thought, some content in mind that I wanted to discuss today. You know, something I wanted to kind of go over, something I wanted to get out there, something I wanted to voice my opinion on. But it's one of those kind of things, it's a very touchy, very sensitive subject, and I wasn't sure how to go about addressing it. So it took a few seriously hardcore, super dialed in gym sessions, or in my case therapy sessions, little, therapy moments for me in order for me to clear my head and conjugate a thought and have a clear path of how I want to convey this subject to you guys, right? So it is literally Saturday, so it's a day late, and honestly, I don't have a huge channel yet. I don't have a huge following, so I guess late posting is not all that bad. I mean, as long as I'm on here posting, as long as I'm on here grinding, trying, getting to you guys, I guess that's really all that matters. I mean, so again, forethought, positive state of mind. I'm doing something beyond what I was doing before, right? So as long as I'm getting to you guys, that's what's important. But again, this is late posting. I feel like I lied to you guys. So I had to come out there and be like, you know what? I apologize. That was my screw up. But again, today's subject is a very unique subject, very, very different subject. Something that wouldn't normally be discussed on the channel, such as this. And again, I didn't know how to go about it because there's so much going on. There's so many things being said that it really is kind of hard to touch on. So, with that being said, I immediately want to welcome you guys back once again. Thank you guys for subscribing, for liking, for taking time out of your day to watch my videos and support me. And honestly, it means an awful lot. It feels like it gives me a creative outlet to be myself and to be goofy and to be out there and to be, however I want to be that day, depending on the day, because we go through changes constantly, as you all know that. But it also gives me a way to feel as though I'm reaching out to people and maybe making a difference and kind of getting myself out there and expanding my horizons and hopefully networking with whoever else I can reach. I mean, so it gives me a creative outlet, it gives me a way to network, gives me a way to put myself out there, gives me a way to instill more confidence in myself, and then hopefully grow my abilities to then advance myself as I go, as I hit certain tiers, certain platforms, and continue to excel, right? So this channel definitely, if anything, gives me a positive creative outlet and a way to feel as though I have a voice and that I can matter and that I can, hopefully make a difference, make a change, and positively impact somebody, right? But on top of that, you guys watching, you guys subscribing, you guys viewing, I don't care if it's 1 view or 100 views or 1,000,000 views, I don't care. You guys watching, me being able to see those views and see those subscribers means the world to me. So from the bottom of my heart, thank you, thank you, thank you so much, because it shows that it's having an impact. No matter how small, it impacts like domino effect, right? You tip over one, eventually that one becomes 10, eventually those 10 become 100. That's how life works. You create a ripple effect. And that's what I'm hopefully going for. So if the channel blows up, wonderful. If it doesn't blow up, oh well, because I will at least know that I have touched an important small circle that needed to hear what I had to say, right? So, I mean, again, thank you guys all. I would prefer to get my information out there and get more well known and blow up my channel, just for many different reasons. But if y'all can help me, if y'all can spread my, share my channel, spread it, tell your friends, tell your neighbors, tell somebody that, hey, you just need to get a laugh, whatever the case may be, please, by all means, I encourage you to do it. Because again, the goal here is to have the largest impact I possibly can. And I can't do that without you guys, so you guys are a crucial part of this whole process. So please, keep doing what you're doing. Keep spreading the word. Keep watching, keep listening, keep commenting, and let me know what you want to let me know. I mean, this is an open channel. It's an open forum. Say or do whatever it is you want to say or do. So anyways, thank you guys. I appreciate that. Continue to spread the word. And like I said, this video was supposed to be posted yesterday, Friday. It is literally Saturday, so I'm literally shooting it right before I post it. So I'm going to shoot it, and I'm going to post it, and then you guys already know that because obviously you're watching it. But I'm literally going to shoot it, and I'm going to post it same day, which is not something I normally do. I like to shoot it like a day before, just so I have some time to let the message sink in and see if there's any areas I can improve on and maybe do a reshoot, something like that. Um, yeah, shooting it, posting it the same day, and maybe, who knows, maybe posting it on Saturday will get it more exposure, get it more views, get it more likes, and maybe it'll help my channel, right? I don't know. I mean, I'm willing to experiment, willing for open suggestions. Maybe it's a good thing that I sparse my videos out and I post them on different days, because that way I can really gauge the times and the days that are most effective. I mean, so maybe that's, from a scientific view, maybe that's a better way to approach it. And like I said, maybe posting it on a Saturday can get it more exposure and more views. You know, I mean, it's late posting, but as long as I'm on here, it can only help, right? Anyway, sorry, I got off on a tangent there. So today's subject is about the state of the world, right? Now, I'm not one of those kind of people. I don't like to get out there and put my 2 cents in on political things, or civil things, or racism, or this and that and the other. I don't like to get out there and voice my opinion and voice my thoughts, my concerns. And the reason as to why is because I feel like if I do that, that I'm giving in to the hype, if you will, right? The only reason why that stuff gets steam, the only reason why that stuff builds momentum, is because the media spreads it, and then we give into it, and then we help build that aura, build that environment, build that feeling, build that thought, build that idea. We give it steam, right? We give it fuel. We cause it, no matter what side we're on, we cause it to get bigger and bigger and bigger, and then spread, right? So it's just like a match, right? They strike it, but we're the oxygen feeding the flame, right? So I don't like to get involved in this kind of stuff, because again, I feel like I'm just adding to the fire. I feel like I'm just spreading it. I feel like I'm making it bigger, making it worse than what it needs to be, and that to me just sucks. I hate freaking doing that. I hate giving into it, because I honestly, guys, I truthfully believe that, yes, racism is a very real thing. Racism is very, very alive. And hatred and hateful people and terrible people and just crappy individuals and people in power who are doing shitty things. I mean, that's all a part of our society, right? But it's better to combat it than feed into it, because once we feed into it, once we get out there, once we give it that steam, give it that fuel, we are allowing and even encouraging on some level the segregation of humanity, the segregation of our species. The only reason that stuff still exists is because negativity and hate and all these terrible things are easy to report on because they make a good story, and they get people caught up in it, right? Why? Because there's initially an emotional connection, initially an emotional hook on either one side or the other. That's why they utilize these stories, right? They give these stories in order to get people emotionally fed into them. Once people emotionally get fed into them, then they, as I'm doing right now, feel the need to voice their opinion, which is great. Everybody should have an opinion. Everybody should have a voice. Everybody should be able to voice their opinion. I'm not saying we should change that. Everybody should be able to voice their opinion. I'm also not saying we should change the way we shouldn't. I'm also not saying that we should change the fact that media puts the information out there, because as a citizen, or as citizens, as individuals, as people who live on this earth, on this planet, as inhabitants of this planet, we have the right and the responsibility to be informed and be aware of what's going on, and then help guide or help understand our world, our environment, right? We have the right to be informed. We have the right to, to improve or change or ultimately be aware of our situation. We have that right. So I'm not saying that we shouldn't know about it, okay? What I'm saying is we shouldn't feed into it and give it steam. We shouldn't turn a problem into a bigger problem based on our own personal battles on the side, our own personal, our own personal vendettas, our own personal thoughts, and our own personal feelings. I'm not saying that we should change the way it's communicated. I do believe the media overhypes it. I do believe the media feeds into it. I do believe the media creates a bigger problem than it actually should be. But it's so easy to blame the media, right? Everybody blames the media. Everybody is easy to blame the media because it's true, they do. But what we don't see is we don't look in the mirror, right? We don't see that we are the fuel. We are feeding into it. We're taking the information the media provides, and we ourselves are making it bigger. We ourselves are feeding into it and spreading the hate and spreading the whatever, because it's the emotional hook, right? So I'm not saying we should change the way we know we should change the way it's perceived. The media should have an unbiased agenda where they're able to report on stuff and give you the information without blowing it up or tailoring it to their agenda or whatever the case may be. They should change the way they get it across to us, right? But more importantly, we shouldn't change our opinions to a point. We shouldn't change our opinions or the way we talk about it. What we should change is the way we listen, right? We should change the way we perceive, and we should change the way we listen. We should get out of this cold-hearted or closed-minded culture to where, we're so set in our ways that we're willing to hear the other side, but we don't really take the time to fully listen, right? There's going to be aspects in life and things that happen in life from both sides that, yes, you can hear and you can relate, but are you really taking the time to listen and understand? Listening and understanding is what's going to make the difference. Okay, you won't be able to fully understand it because if you're not African American, you're not going to understand the daily struggle they go through. If you're not Latino, you're not going to understand, the stereotypes or the hardships they go through. If you're white, you're not going to understand, the freaking mindset of, us being the bad guys or whatever it is we go through. You're not going to understand that, right? I mean, let's be honest, white people don't really go through a hell of a lot. We do go through something, right? So, I mean, if you're not that person, that race, that whatever, you're not going to understand exactly what they're going through. But what you can do, what your responsibility is to open your ears and listen better and try to understand. The secret is in the effort that's put into it, right? Don't be closed-minded. Be open-minded. Be willing to hear the other side and understand their point of view and allow ourselves to become better listeners, right? And then be willing to convey your point, but convey it from a positive place. Convey it as kind or as nice as you want somebody to convey something to you, right? Put yourself in their shoes. If you have an issue that you feel like your entire race or your entire community is fighting for, do you want some dumbass, some idiot coming in and voicing their opinion on something they don't fully understand? Absolutely not. But if somebody were to come in and be like, hey, you know what? You guys have every right to be upset. You guys have every right to be mad. You guys have every right to feel like you've been shafted or whatever the case may be. But at the same time, try to look at it this way. If you come in with that positive approach, that positive objective, where you're like, hey, dude, I'm not saying that you can't feel this way. It's okay to be upset. It's okay to be angry. It's okay to be frustrated. It's okay to be hurt. That's completely okay. It's not wrong to feel that way. And nobody can tell you it's wrong. Nobody can tell you how to feel. Nobody can tell you you're wrong to feel, like racism's still alive. Or you're wrong to feel like, the justice system has failed you. You're wrong to feel like our society, our civilization's failed you. Nobody can tell you how to feel. Nobody should tell you you're wrong for feeling a certain way. But at the same time, even though you feel that way, you should be willing and able to open up yourself to the idea of somebody adding an outsider's insight or outside information that in your state maybe you can't understand. Anyways, guys, my point is that we as a species need to stop being so fucking shitty. And the reason why I'm saying that is because there's been a lot going on in the world today. And it's not just today. There's always been stuff going on in the world. But because of social media and because of news and stuff, it's more out there and more forefront of everything, more exposed than ever, right? Which is how it should be. That kind of shit should not happen in the shadows. There's a lot going on in the world, okay? A lot going on in the world. And one of the things we need to understand is that since the beginning of humanity until the end of humanity, there's always going to be shitty actions, shitty people doing shitty fucking things, right? Right? There's always going to be people doing shady things. There's always going to be wrongs being done, right? That's always going to happen. But just because somebody is doing wrong, or just because a group of people is doing wrong, doesn't mean you can categorize all people defined by that genre as being in the wrong. For instance, this fucking cop, right? This fucking cop in Minnesota who killed this innocent African American who supposedly wrote a bad check. I mean, that's fucking horrible. That's fucking disgusting. And that motherfucker should be persecuted to the full extent of the law. His ass should go to jail. His ass should fully pay for the wrong that he has done. And the reality of it is, though, he can never pay that back. That can never be something that can ever be fully atoned for. But, god damn it, we should fully take advantage of our law system, and our law system should work for us in that case, and he should pay the full price for what the fuck he did. He was a cop. He was in a position of power, and he abused that power, and he took it to the extreme. He is a shitty fucking person. And there might be plenty of other people like him that are shitty fucking people who are in those type of roles, right? But just because he and those certain individuals are shitty people doesn't mean our entire law enforcement is fucking shitty. It doesn't mean our entire legal system is fucking shitty. There are still the white knights, the white horses who join that type of profession in order to do good in the world. There are still people out there who are fighting the good fight, who are trying to improve things. So we can't all classify it all as law enforcement as being shitty fucking people. For instance, in Utah, just recently this happened. We had an officer that responded to a domestic disturbance, right? Domestic violence, something like that. And he was gunned down. He was gunned down by the assailant while trying to remove a wife and kids from a bad situation. He was doing his job. He was trying to improve the world. He was gunned down. People had the audacity to get on there and say, oh, it's just another pig dead. Good job, guys. You know, they were encouraging this type of behavior. That encouragement, that steam, that putting steam to it, adds to the segregation. We're not just we shouldn't just be fighting racism. We should be fighting the segregation of humanity. We are all different. We are all individuals, but that's what makes us unique. We should embrace that and support each other in that aspect, right? We should not feed into the integration. Segregation. We shouldn't feed into the segregation. And that brings me to my point, right? Is that not all white people are shitty. Not all black people are criminals. Not all Mexicans are irresponsible. Not all Irishmen are drunks. You know, I mean, the list goes on and on. There's plenty of stereotypes out there, and it's not true. There are certain people that will fit that stereotype or fit that genre or fit, you know, whatever. Not all politicians are corrupt. Not all law enforcement is above the law. You know what I mean? There are people that will fit that criteria, but not all of them do. For instance, this officer that fell, he was doing his job to the best of his ability to try to improve the situation, and he was gunned down. Gunned down doing what he knew was right. He was only like 24 years old. He was gunned down, taken from this world for doing what was right. And people are being like, oh yeah, cop's dead, another pig's dead, good job. You know, that's a fucking shitty thing, because I get some cops are assholes. I get some cops can be terrible. But guess what? It's not cops that are like that way, it's people. People can be shitty. People can be terrible. So what I'm saying, guys, is stop being fucking shitty people. Work towards being a better version of ourselves or a better species. Work to remove the segregation. Work to start being better listeners and start, you know, understanding each other. Work to understand each other's failures, successes, faults, flaws, shortcomings. Work towards understanding all that. And I get we'll never be perfect. I get there will still always be misunderstandings. But once again, the secret is in the effort. Put forth the effort to be better. To better your situation. Understand there's going to be shitty people and exploit those shitty people as much as possible. But don't give their actions hype. Don't feed into their bullshit. That's what they fucking want. That's why they are the way they are. They want to corrupt everybody by having these actions. They want to cause reaction. They want to cause an effect. They want to cause that segregation. Because in their mind, that segregation is what gives them power. Don't fucking feed into it. We're better than that. You're better than that. I'm better than that. There's going to be shitty people. I get everybody gets an emotional hook, but work towards being better. We are humanity. We are a species of our society. Fucking act like it. You're all the same motherfuckers. Be there to be better and uplift each other and improve your communities. Improve this fucking great fucking nation. Like I said last time in my Memorial Day video, right? I said, live to honor the sacrifice that was made to give you the lives that you're living, right? And that has not been done by some of the people in our law enforcement. The people in our law enforcement who have committed these atrocious acts are people who aren't living that. People who have committed these atrocious acts against our law enforcement, same fucking thing. They are not living that. Honor the fucking sacrifice. Honor the sacrifice of the people who have fought the good fight for you, for us, for this this nation that we love so fucking much. Honor those people. Honor the people who have had the balls to fight that fucking good fight and give you the freedom that you currently fucking enjoy. To be a fucking shithead. You got freedom to be a good person or a shithead, that's because of fucking them. So live to honor their fucking legacy. They died. They made the ultimate sacrifice, fighting the good fight to give you this privilege. Don't fucking abuse that privilege. Use that privilege to be a better fucking person, to better your world, to better your nation. Once again, we live in the greatest nation in the entire fucking world. It was made that way by these people who made these sacrifices, whether it be military, whether they be law enforcement, whatever the case may be. They made the ultimate sacrifice. Honor it. Become better. Stop feeding the segregation, and let's fucking stand side by side, shoulder to shoulder, and fucking build a wall of unity. How's that? White, black, orange, Mexican, Chinese, I don't give a goddamn. Male, female, does not fucking matter. You're all the same motherfuckers. For all different backgrounds, but you want your backgrounds and your differences and your fucking uniqueness, your challenges, your life stories, all that is what makes you special. What makes you unique, what makes each and every one of us unique. If we embrace our differences, if we embrace our uniqueness and use that towards our advantage, we can become something else entirely. As a species, as a nation, as a fucking world. We can become something else entirely. What I'm saying is build towards that dream. These people died. These people put lives on the line every fucking day. Not just cops. There's everyday heroes who are fighting the good fight just to support their family or just to make their community better. That's being done for an idea, for a dream of unity, for a dream of a better species, a better tomorrow, a better planet, a better nation. Feed into that. And that's the stuff that's not really reported on too often. When it is, it's always a kid or something like that who doesn't fully understand it. There's gracious and amazing acts done every fucking day, and they're never exposed just because, yeah, they're heartwarming, but they're not going to really get that emotional hook, right? Don't feed into the media bullshit. Understand what's going on. Be aware and be willing to fight whatever fight you need to fight, but fight it the right way for the right fucking reasons. Anyways, guys, that's my video. As always, if you got something from this, like, share, subscribe. Get this shit out there, man. This is the messages I definitely want spread. You know, spread it across the world. Not just America, spread it across the world. I want this message to get out there. I don't care if I look like an idiot. I don't care if I look like a moron. I don't care if I look like a bleeding heart. I don't care how people perceive me. This is a message I truthfully said from the heart. Something I truthfully fucking feel. Since I was a kid, man, I hated the segregation even within my own household. I fucking hated it. I disdain that. And that's what I want to do. I want to have an effect to where we're all working towards a common goal of being better, being more unified. If that means being better in our communities first, so be it. That creates segregation. I realize that contradicts blah, 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 but guess what? If you become better as a community, you can then spread that. Be fucking better. This goes towards the leaders all the way down to the grunt workers. You know, it goes towards everybody. Everybody can be better. I don't care who the fuck you are. I don't care if you're fucking Jesus, right? I don't care if you're God. I don't care if you're fucking Odin. I don't care who the fuck you are. I do not care. You can be better. Be fucking better. If you got something out of this, guys, like, subscribe, smash that like button, hit that like button, whatever the fuck you want to say. You know, like, subscribe, comment. Please let me know below what y'all think. Share the fuck out of this, dude, because I'm sick. I hate the news, I hate the media because it's all negative bullshit. But what I hate more than that is people feeding into that fucking bullshit and then segregating ourselves and making the entire situation fucking worse. Fuck that. We are a species. We are a uniform mankind. Fucking act like it. Have some pride. You are the dominant species in the world. Be dominant. Towards the good. You are the ones who are setting the tone for the entire fucking world. Do better. Anyways, guys, thanks again. Appreciate you watching. This meant a lot to me. This is something that was very, very deep, which is why it went super long, but this is something I want people to truly listen to and take in. Watch the video twice, 3 times, 4 times. Watch it with your loved ones, your kids. I get there's some vulgarity in there, but there's a really good fucking message. We need to be united. We need to be better. We need to be overall just kinder to each other. I'm not saying being a pushover. I'm not saying, you know, don't fight for what's right. Fight for what's fucking right. But be mature and big enough and strong enough to embrace other aspects. Embrace other people's scenarios, other people's lives. You know, don't become a victim of your situation, of your environment. Be the solution. Anyways, thank you guys again. And this video is being posted right now, actually. So I hope this gets more views than I've ever had before. I hope you guys find something from this. I hope this honestly goes viral and is on news and stuff, because if the news will report on this, man, that's something I can be proud of. Because even if I look like a fucking idiot, even if I stumble, even if I have to bleep out half things I say, man, this is something that needs to be said. So thank you guys again for all the love and support. Let's be better together. Let's be unified. Let's be that wall of strength that's fucking unbreakable. Let's build it around our kingdom, and then invite people to our kingdom and you know, spread that unity, that strength. Right? Let's do that. That sounds like a great idea. Anyway, guys, thanks again. Have an excellent fucking Saturday. Get out there, you know, love your wife, love your kids, love your family, live life to the fullest, and be the best version of you possibly can be, and live your best life, man. Get out there and live your life however you need to live it, but don't hurt anybody in the process. Don't be a shithead. Be better. Anyways, guys, have a great day. I'm out. Bye.